Whoa! There we are. Okay, I am fuzzy. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to Scoldrins. Well, what am I saying, Scoldrins Realm? That's not that channel. Welcome to Off Scripts Podcast, damn it. Maybe it's because I got the wrong hat on. How you doing, everybody? Welcome once again to Off Scripts Podcast. And you saw last night we had Magic. He's an indie wrestler. He's also part of our crew. And tonight, I have another special guest. She is the current WWO Women's Champion on the virtual side. She is Chim Kicks. Hey, Chim, how you doing?
Hey, good. How's it going? How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm just peachy getting everything together. We're getting everything ready for tonight. Right after this show, folks, we are doing WWO Zone. So you're going to see Chim in action. You're going to see her promo. You're going to see her in action against a nemesis that is my personal assistant. She is Jocelyn Havoc, which she's also on the Twitch channel. Good to see you, Jocelyn. Hope we get some more folks come in. Hey, yeah, we got Selena, we got Terry, we got all of them now popping up on there. Thank you guys for showing up there. I appreciate that very much. Welcome to the channel. And we're going to talk a little bit of the going on. We have Chim, as you know. We have... Good to see you too, Scully. Thank you, Jocelyn. Love Jocelyn. Love me some Jocelyn, the Demoness.
I'll see you in the ring later this evening, Miss Demoness.
Yep, you will be seeing her later on. So, everybody, again, welcome to the stream. We're going to have a little bit of change in plans. Let's see here. The Legendary Commissioner, the Legendary One, has arrived as Chim's Black Belt. What's up, y'all? There you go. You know, it's funny, Chim. Since we started doing the Off Scripts podcast, we've been getting a lot of attention. A lot of people seem to really enjoy you guys and seeing you being part of this. And I got to say myself, it's been really fun doing this because not only have we doing our WWO Live, Saturday Night Slamming streams, and Zone, we started doing these podcasts, and everybody who's been part of this has really been loved to ask you guys questions. So, as you can see, Chim's right near there. If you want it, she's on Twitch too. So if you want to do a shout out to her, she's right there. So, you know what, Chim, let's go a little bit into what's going on in the WWO. We are building up for our big show. That's Wrestle Clash, as you could see from the big Wrestle Clash banner here. That is actually, wow, that's a little too big. There we go. We're building to that show, and that is now, because of scheduling and everybody, it is now May 28th. It's a weird night. It's a Tuesday night, and it is going to be a big show, and we're going to talk about the Demoness is taking on Chim Kick for Chim's WWO Women's Championship in a dojo match. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to toss that to you. What exactly is a dojo match, Chim?
I mean, dojo match, you think of, okay, well, you're in a dojo, sensei, taekwondo, kicks, and you kind of turn around and it's like, okay, well, what's the stipulations of this match? Well, you know, here's the thing. I said a couple lives ago that I challenge, throw out anything, do whatever. I don't care. I'm here for it. And Miss Demoness, she decided this last show, she interrupted my match and challenged me, and I graciously accepted. But luckily, I was able to pick the stipulation, and then it had become a dojo match with kendo sticks only. Most of y'all, if you guys have seen me in action, I absolutely love the kendo stick. It's one of my absolute favorite weapons, and just hearing that slap right across someone and snapping and cracking and popping, it's my go-to thing. So I'm uber excited about it. It'll be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a little bit of a different kind of thing that not a lot of y'all have seen for the women's matches. So we figured, why not up the ante just a little bit?
And there you go. And you two are the semi main event for this show. So that's going to be something else for everybody involved because the women are getting the big attention here. And these two ladies, Jocelyn and Chim Kicks, are ones that are bringing so much attention to us. So, hey, I'm fading away on my end. So, I gotta say, Jim, one of the things when I did an off scripts podcast last night. We had Magic on the show, and we were getting a lot of good questions, and the fans that are now tuning in for these shows are really, really getting behind doing all of these questions. So, I know Selena, we got Terry that pops in. We have a couple people that pop in. Chim loves Kindle sticks. Just call me the honky tonk man. That's the guitar. It's what I go to. So, the Kindle sticks were famous for the Sandman in ECW. He used to use them all the time. So I know, Selena, we got a couple questions from you. We got a couple questions from other people. Now they're on Facebook because we are on Facebook and on YouTube. I mean, excuse me, we're on Twitch and Facebook today, but we are extended over also on Facebook. So we have HWR Hardcore Wrestling Rants. We got a couple other groups who love participating and they send me their questions ahead. Some of them send me way too many questions, so I have to kind of filter them down. So before we go into that again, Chim, I know you have been a big part of the WWO from the beginning. You have come from another organization, TKWA, and now you're here. The biggest rivalry has always been you, Jocelyn, and Red Queen. You've met Raven, you've met Alicia, you've met other people, but I think the rivalry is really now solidified between you two. And here we go. The Arrow stream on YouTube says Chim. And here we got the Hellbillies as the one and only has entered the chat. Good to see you guys. Thank you for being part of it. Any questions for Chim? Please throw them out there because we got a lot. So go ahead, Chim. We got caught up with everybody on here. So the rivalry between you two, and again, the promos is what makes the matches, and the little backstage skits, if you want to call them that, the little green screen work that you girls do, is that. And we also have Keith Findog. He says, "Looking good, sis," on Twitch. So you're getting definitely. Chim is the favorite one, I guess. So here, so. Yeah, so again, what do you think, you girls have started from, I think you were like the first match, then you moved on to second. Now you're main eventing because we all know it's a video game and the characters battle it out. But it's the promos and extracurricular stuff like the green screen work that builds this stuff up. And I know one of the main questions I was asked is, what do you think of that? You are now one of the, you're in the, even though it's virtual, you are following in the steps of real WWO women's champions. Mm-hmm. So you're in that class now.
Mm. It's kind of crazy to think about where everything has kind of started from, because you mentioned going from one company that a lot of us were with, and transitioned over into WWO, and coming from the transition and seeing where the women matches started out with the pre-show first match of the show, and then it got to the second, and now we are second to last. We are co-main eventing. It just shows what talent can come about. Green screen promo work. Whenever we do things, whether it's outside without a green screen, if it's with a green screen, the different effects and different things that we bring into it help bring our story to life. And Scully was just mentioning about our thing and the build up between me, Demoness, and Red Queen. Red Queen right now is still currently out recovering. Cannot wait to have her back, even though me and her have got a few things to settle. But currently, right now, it is between Demon and I. And the thing is it's taken off quite a bit. And it's pretty awesome to see because, to be honest, I several months ago I saw a different way of the story going, and then Red Queen was injured and she's been out, so different things have come about, and now we've got this going with Demoness. But it's pretty cool to see that the women do have that the stage and the presence as well, and that we're not getting brushed away. Women, we are very few, but we are mighty. There's about 3, maybe 4 of us right now. So if you're a woman out there wanting to join, please let us know. It'd be fun to have it. We keep it cordial. We don't go hardcore cussing, cursing, putting anybody down too hard or anything like that. I think that's what sets this apart even more, Scully, is because we can talk trash, but we're not trashing our opponent, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Seeing where the women have come from over the last several months to a year of doing this, I think it's been about a year now, maybe a year and a half. I've lost track of time. Time's kind of just passing by like a drop in a hat. Can you all believe it's almost June?
Yeah,
but I mean,
we're getting there. We're almost getting
awesome.
the summer.
Yeah, no, it's pretty awesome, pretty cool to see. To be honest, I thought many times I would step away from it because I was like, man, women are not getting their time to shine, or something's not going well with promos, and we're not getting like this and that. Like, you're not getting that equal balance. And it's kind of neat to be able to have a demoness like Miss Jocelyn, like, and myself being able to go in and actually produce like our promos. And I do believe, like, as time goes, we keep building it up even more, and we'll throw out our character, who we are, to us. Like, that's not just a character on screen. Some of us like utilize our character within the game. In real life, we kind of pair it together because we want to make it that more real and realistic as much as we possibly can. I know that's how it is for me, because I can pretend, but I can't. If that, I'm hoping I'm making sense here, Scully. But to be honest, like, I put a lot of myself into who I am when you guys see me in my promos and within the game and off script and stuff. Like, it's me. That's just my character. A lot of people, my warriors that are kind of popping in, hanging out and chilling. What's up, fam? Appreciate y'all for showing up. Those of y'all that are coming and hanging out, appreciate you as well. But Scully, it's awesome to see. It really is.
Yeah, you know, it's ever since we started doing off scripts, and I know it's one thing coming from an EFED and you're doing promos. Now you folks are literally now the celebrities, because now you got off script podcasts. You know, you've got the other shows that we do promos in, and it is so fun to see everybody transition. And there's real wrestlers, because there is a real WWO, my organization, where we do real shows, and those guys look upon you guys as fellow workers in the locker room. You know, it's something. So we're going to go with the questions real quick. Right after this show, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to restart the stream, and then we're going to do the WWO Zone show. So make sure you folks see that. We'll have to set it up. Then, should I say Jeremy the Madman, but Jack McDaniel will be part of this. So the question is, we got one from Hellbelly. Is, who is your favorite monster character in the WWO? You can't count Jeremy. Jeremy doesn't count, because ever since we said those questions, everybody jumps for Jeremy. So we have a few now. We have the Hellbelly. We have Abomination. We have KB3, who's the big guy now. So, which one? And let me see here. We got a couple people. So go ahead.
I mean, we've got quite a few different monsters in the house that's come in and kind of taken everybody by surprise. But I mean, yes, you mentioned Jeremy. Jeremy the Man, he's been around. He knows what he's doing. He grabs your attention within like 10 seconds of anything and everything. So he's always going to be like that top dog that helps, and that's why we have others that are forming and they are themselves. But it's pretty awesome to see what's going on. I think I would have to go with Mr. T. I've known Mr. T for a lot, for a bit now, and the way that he kind of just portrays him and portrays himself and kind of gets into it, and that would be the hellbilly, and it's pretty awesome to see. It pretty is. It's really cool.
You know, I'm reading through the comments now, and it's I appreciate it. It's like, you know, PSA for everyone here. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, from the creative to the roster to our fans to the crew. Thank you for it's possible without letting you know the love that we actually have for each other and the way we build this is what makes these shows fun. You know, it's not just a video game thing now. It's you know, we insert our little crazy stuff in there. It's like, put a good example, Chim's character was fighting somebody else, and then out of the blue she gets attacked by Jocelyn, and then it switches to a real life Jocelyn beating up on somebody. So it's just little surprises that automatically pop up that people don't expect, and they get really popped with that. So it's fun to do. The promos again, it's one of the biggest things. Let's go to now Selena. She says, "Hey Chim, how you doing? Great. Loved your music when you come to the ring. It is awesome." She says, "Love the martial arts. Is that Taekwondo or ninjutsu?" She studies ninjutsu.
For me, I got a little bit more of a background in Taekwondo. When I was in high school, I actually started from a white belt, went all the way up to my green belt. I was training, getting ready for like a huge tournament, and the day before the tournament, my sensei, we held a belt to where we could get our next belt. And I was on my very last thing, and lo and behold, I injured my knee. Took me out of my tournament, and to be honest, I never got back. I was too scared of re-injuring my knee, and my mom was as well, because we were told back then that if I re-injured it, it could cause issues for me. I actually have been thinking about getting back into it, at least maybe 1-2 days a week. It all kind of just depends on the scheduling. I am also a content creator, and I want to make sure I'm kind of balancing out life a little bit as well. But I absolutely love it. That's just my thing with it. Chim Kicks got brought up to me. That name kind of just got thrown out there by a fellow creator that mentioned Christmas and Chim, and I put Chim Kicks, and I'm like, oh my god, that is perfect. Because for me, Taekwondo, you're together like with your dojo, with your family, and you were there like one another to lift each other up, to root each other on, be there not just protective wise, but it's more so that it was family. Because when I got injured, I ended up at that tournament, and I got to take score for the black belts, and every single black belt, along with our head sensei, our head guy, he had came in and flown in from I want to say he was right around, I don't remember exactly where he lived at the time, but it was like China and Japan. He had flown in from somewhere over there, and it was awesome because we got to meet him, and he came and shook my hand and everything. So ever since seeing that as growing up, it's always taught me family, especially with my own family. So Taekwondo is my background. I love it. I miss it. If I went back to it, I would probably never get to spar again, but I would love to get back into it. One, to get healthy, to get in shape, have that community and that family, and just something more to do. So it's pretty awesome. I love it, and I love to hear that you're doing something as well. It's pretty cool. It really awesome.
All right, you got Styles Morales who says hi. He sends the legendary commissioner says he concurs. He loves the music as well. So let me go back to the questions here now from the list here. Andy has a question for Chim. He says, if you could take on any AEW, WWE, or Ring of Honor woman wrestler, whom would it be?
Oh, that is a tough one. Good question though. I've been away from I haven't really got to watch a lot of AEW lately. We moved, and I don't have we don't have TV at the moment. So just streaming. So I've been kind of keeping an eye out and stuff. I think if I had the chance to go up against any of the women in WWE, like legit, I absolutely love. That is so hard, y'all. I love Bailey. I absolutely love Bailey. Bailey comes to mind. You would think Ronda Rousey. Now, if I get into the ring with her, if I was in perfect health, perfect shape, and actually could do this real for real, 100%, Ronda Rousey would be one of the ones that I would love to take on. But if it was someone else, I love Bailey. Bailey's awesome. I to a certain extent, I guess my character in some way over the last year kind of resembles Bailey. Just a smidge, just from what I've been told. It'd be Bailey.
Cough, cough. The attitude. Cough, cough. The
Oh
neutral
yeah.
person. Cough, cough. Um,
Yep.
to give you a little insight, we have everybody in the WWO, and I'm looking at the virtual site again. Everybody from Jocelyn. Jocelyn's my demoness, so she's on my group. You have Red Queen, who's on the network side. Chim is that outsider. She's in the neutral group, and one of the things I always told her was, be the badass bitch. You're going in there, you're beating everyone. You have no allegiance to anyone. You're like Bailey. Bailey didn't care for anyone. Um, so that's a couple of things. It's really funny to do that. Selena comes by with another question here on Facebook. And again, you can check us out, WWO Live on Facebook. We have a Facebook like page, and all these stuff go there as well. And Hardcore Wrestling Rants. Okay, so I'm going to jump on the commissioner first, Selena, and then I'm going to go to you. He says, what inspiration do you use for the music in your promos? Always wanted to know that.
Well, Legendary Commissioner actually, he does produce some sounds and some music. I used one of his sounds that he made for me in one of my past promos, and I've done several over the last couple months, so I couldn't remember pinpoint exactly. I've used his off and on. I think the majority thing is music tells a story. Music, if it's paired properly as much as possible, will really draw out that story, that character, that scene, that what you are trying to portray. Now, if you don't have that right kind of theme, that music that's paired with it, it can kind of throw it off. That's just me. That's for me personally. That's because, like, I come out, you hear that Asianish, that music, and that resembles with it, and like you start hearing it, it's like, okay, this is calm, but then you're like, oh, wait a minute, this could turn into, excuse my language, a badass, like, whatever right there. So it's like it gives you that little sense of who, like, what's going on type of thing, but it also resembles with the character, because Sensei, Chim Kicks, she's here. She doesn't want to be a part of anything. Yeah, y'all are family, but as soon as I step in that ring, it's my ring. I don't care who you're with. I'm going to do what I got to do to, one, keep my belt, and just to continue helping make the women's division one of the best women's divisions ever.
We've
So,
we've got a lot more questions coming up now, and the Hellbelly says, if you could team or form a stable with anyone active or non, who would you choose? I'm assuming this is for WWO or outside. Let's go, Chim. Let's do WWO first. If you could form a team with someone or stable within WWO, who would it be?
that's tough because Demon and I have that rivalry, right? But like I've gone, like we both respect each other. At the end of the day, we respect each other. So she would be amazing to have as a tag team partner if we were able to get to that point. The other one, because of my feelings within WWO, why don't you just say it's not personal, y'all? This is just with what we've got going on, how I don't do anything with the network, and I've had issues with the network over the last whatever, and it's continued on. I would love to steal Red Queen. Like, I would love to see Red Queen leave the network and just go off on her own. Come be with me. Come hang out with the sensei. But you can't go wrong without I would either that's a tough, very tough, because like I said, Demoness has gotten a lot of respect from me over these last couple months.
All right, we have another person, Mo Jill 24, and the Morrison though is Selena, so she's on there. Um, so now Selena has a question too, and this is before she popped up now. Oh, we have Alicia Landis over on YouTube. Hello, Alicia, welcome. Thanks for being on our YouTube side. And the question is, the rivalry between you and Jocelyn Havoc is so different characters. There he is, the madman himself. He's in there. Run the inmates, the asylum. Inmates run the asylum.
We got
on YouTube. We have Empress Alicia. Alicia, you're coming on the show next time, so I hope you prepared.
Hey, welcome on in, Raiders. Jeremy the Madman just rated us, y'all. If you guys haven't checked him out, he's awesome. He's a creator and a part of our WWO. But welcome on in, Raiders. Welcome to Off Script Podcast here for WWO.
Yep, and we have Empress Alicia, who's also part of our group. We've got the official, there's the official Hillbilly. She is, Alicia's on YouTube, so thanks for being part of that. And so the question was from Selena, is the concepts are so different that it is a demon and a martial artist. She says it reminds her of Mortal Kombat. Watching the two. So would you make that assumption as well?
I do. I do believe, Scully, you kind of talked about it a couple months ago. You had brought up and said something about what I do resembled and reminded you a little bit of Mortal Kombat. And then I kind of got to thinking of it, and I was like, this does kind of resemble more so Mortal Kombat. We didn't mean for that to be, and it just kind of happened. That's the other cool thing about it is, going back to your last question real quick, is that the way that this has all come around, like, we weren't expecting this. This just kind of, it twisted and turned, and this is just how it became. And that's what I absolutely love too, is I love knowing a little bit of things that are coming up, but I love the surprises. I love the different things that everyone kind of throws in and brings to the table. But it does come to a head to where you're thinking Mortal Kombat, but also another great game for 64, Killer Instinct. So that's another one it kind of makes me think of. So 100%, you got a sensei versus a demoness, and it's just like, where in the world is this going next?
Yeah, it's already like really building up. And like I said, we have WWO Zone tonight. Chim Kicks and the Demoness will be going at it. Chim's belt's on the line. And whatever happens on Wrestle Clash, they will be meeting again in that dojo match. So that's going to be a big thing on here. And I know we have Jeremy the Madman who's going to have a big promo. We have the Hillbillies doing a big promo. This is going to be a promo-heavy show tonight on Zone, so you folks are going to be checking that out. Okay, so Andy would like to ask Chim, if you wanted to go for a real women's championship, from which promotion would you go after? And whoever, I don't even know who the champion is. So he says if you want to go, he says there is the TBS champion Willow Nightingale from AEW. There is the AEW Women's Champion. And then there's the WWE Women's Champions, Bayley on one side. So, and Becky Lynch is on the other side. So the question is, if you were to choose, which one would you want to fight for? Which championship? Who would it be?
I mean, it would be between Becky Lynch and Bailey. I love both of them to death. I really do. And seeing how far like both of them have come since they had first joined WWE, it's amazing. And both of them, like I do keep up with it as much as I possibly can. But it would still be Bailey. I think
Okay.
I'd still go take on Bailey.
There you got the hillbilly says, "Oh, would you, if you were to go, would it be tag belts, and who would your partner be?" Let me throw that question in there. Let's say you had to do a WWO team, so and I probably can guess who the tag partner will be. But if you had to choose a tag partner to go after the WWE tag belt, women's tag belts, who would it be?
So WWE, you got Bailey and Becky, so it would have to be Bailey and Becky.
No, no, no. Who would you pick as a teammate to go after whoever is the women's tag team champions? I don't follow as much as WWE like I used to, so I can't tell you
Yeah.
who's who.
I mean, if I'm tagging with someone, oh,
It'll be whoever you are against the Kabuki Warriors. That's who the current WWE. I'm saying WWO WWE Women's Tag Team Champions.
I mean, if I'm sticking to Becky or Bailey, it would be Bailey. But as much as I want to go take her belt, I would tag with her any day. I mean, looking back over years of seeing the women, to be honest, I loved AJ Lee. She is another one that absolutely freaking awesome. She's a little cuckoo, but she's pretty awesome. She is pretty neat. I mean, y'all, there's a lot. I would have to go with one Bailey or Becky. There's It'd have to be at least one of them,
Okay.
just because they're the ones I'm more familiar with at the moment. There's a lot of things that have changed, so I'm not for sure exactly who else is there or around. But if you're thinking of like past years, man, I'd also, if Ronda Rousey was up for it, I'd go with Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey's got that fight and the kick and everything like that. I think me and her could make a good tag team.
Over on YouTube, Alicia says actually Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill are now the women's tag champs. So
Very cool.
they're now the tag champs. That was at last. This was at, I believe it was at WrestleMania, and they won the tag titles from the Kabuki Warriors. So we're gonna go on to other questions here. We've got Jason F, who says, thank you, Chim, for dedicating your time to the Off Scripts podcast. Thanks for everybody for being part of the show. It is becoming a fun thing to watch. He says, if you were to put yourself in a movie, what movie would it be and what character?
Oh, that's hard.
That was the last question we had last time too.
Oh, y'all hit me some really hard but amazing questions. Can't break it down to which genre. Like, there's so many. I'm a really big Studio Ghibli fan. I absolutely love the anime with Ghibli movies. I think for me it would be, if I'm going my favorite, I would absolutely. That's so hard. That is. Can I come back to that question? Oh, I mean, it all kind of just depends on, I guess, the type of mood I'm in. And tonight, I'm in a good mood, but also I'm just ready for tomorrow. I'm ready for Friday.
That's it. See, we've had
Y'all just stumped me.
we had a full panel here last time, and that question came up, and it was Jeremy the Madman. It was Jeremy. We had Gene on chat, and basically they said Ghostbusters. So it was like
That'd be fun.
and they all who were there. Jeremy was Ray. I forgot Gene was Egon and all that. Me.
I mean, Lord of the Rings. I absolutely love Lord of the Rings, so I could see myself being in that kind of movie. But if it's Harry Potter, I'm a big nerd. I'm anything and everything, y'all. Like, I might be a sensei with WWO when I do that with my creation. Like, it's still a dojo, it's still a family, but I am a complete nerd. I love Pokemon, I love my Harry Potter. I do anything and everything with Ghibli. So, I mean, it all just kind of depends. If I could, I'd be in Harry Potter and I'd be Dumbledore, but me, I'd be the badass spellcaster. There you
Yep,
go.
there we go. That was a good question too. That always seemed to stomp the guys here that we had last time.
Good question, though. Good
Yeah,
question.
the Hellbilly needs to be on another off scripts. Absolutely. So we're gonna go for. If you guys have any questions, like Alicia or the folks on YouTube and on Twitch, because the Facebook people are beating you on questions. So I'm kind of trying to space them out.
Billy says any game franchise. Like if I could be in any game, man, any of my warriors want to answer that because y'all know exactly which game franchise I would choose in a heartbeat. It would be a tie between two, but I would rather not have to run for my life the entire game. It would be Horizon Zero Dawn, hands down.
Okay, Steph 159 says Harry Potter for you.
Yep.
So definitely with that. I like Hillbillies. Give me Dead by Daylight for sure. Me, I love it because I love the thrill of the chase. I always play the survivor, so I just love that stuff. Last time it was when they asked us that question, I said Batman, and we joked about it because I was the Joker. Hello, friend, Joker here. And then you had Jocelyn as Harley Quinn, and I think Jeremy was either Two-Face and Jean was Riddler, and Shane Showtime Shane Black was Batman. So here,
Interesting. Okay.
oh, Jeremy was Two-Face. Okay, and
I can see Jeremy being Two-Faced. Also, what's up, Mr. Jeremy?
we got the question here, Jeremy. This is a question for the entire. Selena has she has something that she wants to ask the crowd. And she said, this pertains to all WWO. Would you guys ever do on scripts or off scripts podcasts or do a movie like you do the video games? Can you do a movie of Batman with the characters in here? She says Chim. Cool. She says Chim Kicks. Chim Kicks reminds her of Poison Ivy. So okay. You are Poison Ivy, I guess. So she said. So that, again, our schedule is pretty big, so we will have to figure something out for that. So obviously we would not be in character, but they said can Selena requested that if we ever all WWO members, we can do our own version of a movie. So and Hellbelly could be Scarecrows because he's already got the gimmick. So
yep.
But so there you are, Selena. We'll have to get back to you on that. Jeremy says, boy, Hellbilly says, oh, fucking sure. I'd love to do one like that. The problem is my mask is as hot as hell. So I'm ready when you are. Okay. Jeremy's pertaining to the off scripts. We're going to be doing Zone in a bit. So we got a couple more questions. Then we're going to be ending the stream, and we're going to switch over to Zone. So I'm going to ask for 3 more questions, and then we're going to have to end the podcast. And again, you see Chim here. You're going to see her a lot in the coming shows, so she's going to be busy. Chim, Jason F, and now Selena again. Jason F says to Chim Kicks, he says, Chim, if you can go into any martial arts tournament, what kind of tournament would you prefer going into? There's many around the world. There's Taekwondo, Ninjutsu, there is Shaolin, there's Kung Fu and all that. Which one, or do you have a particular style that you would go into? So the martial art questions are coming in.
Yeah, I'd have to actually go back and look at all of the other styles because I'm not 100% familiar with some of the other ones out there. If I was in full health, I would do Taekwondo Jiu-Jitsu. I would have loved to learn a little bit more of that. And when Jiu-Jitsu it comes into it's a lot more like throwing. and takedowns and different things with that. I think I would be able to do that, but currently, if it was just me with my situation with my knee, I would want to just get back into at least just a tournament, which would just be a typical Taekwondo tournament, unless they had another one that had some really cool forms. Forms, I absolutely love it. It gets you. It's awesome. I'm thinking about possibly redoing one of my sets of forms and throwing that out and utilizing that for a little bit of content for WWO. May not be exactly for a promo, but it might be something that we kind of put in as not maybe as educational or just something kind of cool.
Okay.
So I've been looking at it.
We got a hillbilly question. He says, question for Scully and Chim. If you can invent any sport or run a sport of your own, no matter what it is, becomes legal, what would you come up with and why? He would say, like, for his example, he would like to see a Mortal Kombat Death Race style event himself. And we have also the international champion, OSU Phoenix. He's in the house. Thank you for being part of that, Phoenix. That's a question for me. I would love to do. I will actually, if I could, it'll almost be like a Dead by Daylight thing. You know, let the survivors go. They have to go figure out what they're gonna do, and try to get out of it before the killer can get onto them. And folks, we're going to try, not right away, but we're going to try to get this many WWO people who play Dead by Daylight so you can actually see something like that happen. And we will do it in character, because I know that was another thing requested for us. So I'll be like, God damn it, Gene, you keep giving away our stuff.
Answer that question for me is I love like light tag. I absolutely love it. So instead of with gun lasers, throwing stars, but not ones that could actually like kill you, just enough to like stick. So
Where's
that would
the
be
fun in that?
it would be Mortal Kombat lightsaber. Instead of that, it would be throwing stars.
There you go. It's like, go join the dark side. Just so we got more. We got two more questions coming up. Selena says again, Chim, thank you for your time being part of this, being part of Off Scripts and being part of WWA. Everybody, she loves everybody for watching, and she's learned so much from the industry. That watching you guys talk about it, it is fun to see people outside of wrestling be part of wrestling and be part of a group. She says, what will Chim Kicks do next in the WWO once she's done with the Demoness?
Let's just say I hope a little Miss Queen is back and fully recovered here soon, because she's the I still have a bone to pick with her.
All right, so we got one more question for the crew. Waiting on one more questions. Okay, we have Andy who says, thank you folks for being part. Can't wait to see what happens with the next couple shows, see where you guys go forward. And if you can for Chim, if you can design a wrestling show, which show would it be? It's I guess examples are Saturday night's main event, which is our Saturday Night Slam and Stream, like a Raw, Nitro, or an ECW type show. What kind of show would Chim Kicks design?
I would do a throwback for sure with like Saturday Night Live. It would be a throwback Attitude Era type of show.
All right, so it's like Stone Cold and all that.
Oh yeah,
The Rock, Undertaker, and all that. Thank you, Alicia, for being part of the group. She is over on YouTube. Definitely the Hellbilly. Thanks for everybody who's being part of this show. We have a lot of great viewers and thanks everybody for on Facebook side for your questions. Chim, it's always fun having you on here. We've got to do more of these longer versions. Tonight it's short of time because we have the zone coming up. But you are, again, besides you being on this show, You're on Wrestle Clash too in the semi-main event. So you got that. You've got you also stream. So tell everybody about your streaming and where they can find you.
Real quick, y'all, before we end, please, if you have some time, stick around, hang out, watch the zone tonight. I bet you anything, it's gonna be a phenomenal show, y'all. There's always something that catches everybody off guard. My name is Kim, but I am Chim Cakes. I am a variety creator. I stream on Facebook and on Twitch. You can find me at Chim Cakes. I do have a YouTube. I also have TikTok. TikTok's kind of dead for me at the moment. I gotta figure something out, but I will be posting new things on YouTube. I host a Y series. I love getting to know about others out there, and I will be starting up my own type of different podcast within different things that kind of make people tick and get into more gaming and offline gaming stuff. I absolutely love it. I play anything and everything. I'm live Mondays, Wednesdays, and then Sundays. Starting about 6:30 p.m. Central. We did start Throwback Thursdays, and I'm bringing something soon on Sundays. So there's always a lot of craziness. Monday nights, if you like Mario Kart, come hang out. We do a little bit of mayhem. Anything and everything can happen. So love to hang out, kick it with y'all. See you here in the dojo. Y'all, absolutely appreciate y'all. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight and off script. Stay tuned around, y'all. We got Zone coming up next. And y'all just keep hanging out and kicking it with us, helping us continue to grow, because this is something all of us have come to truly love, and it's become part of our lives. So thank you for making this, making and allowing this to happen.
Selena just posted up real quick. She says, "Chim Kicks for GM." Like, let's give her that power.
Oh, for a day or for a match,
show.
yeah.
For a show.
Oh, I know. Yep. No, thank you, Selena. Because if that were to happen,
okay, now you started something.
I got some ideas.
Yeah, now you started something, and we're gonna have. Then everybody's gonna have to take a turn. That might be a thing, everybody. If we go back to doing zones. Chim will be a zone. Hellbilly will be a GM for one night. Jeremy, my God, a Jeremy run zone. But all right, folks. And again, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and follow on our channels. Again, we are on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This is the WWO Off Scripts podcast. Get ready. We're going to log off here, and then we're going to switch, and we're going to come back with WWO Zone. So for the WWO Women's Champion, Chim Kicks, and myself, Joseph Skoldrin Knight, is going to see you guys in a few. Thanks for watching.